gummies, elevated. This is just my gummy recipe that I've posted before, but at the end I did put some tips and hints that might help you make better gummies. So feel free to fast forward to the end if you've already got it saved or whatever.
Okay, let's make some infused gummies. The first thing you have to have is some infused oil. I'm going to assume right now that you have that, or I'll show you how to make it later. We add some lecithin in that oil on the stove. We heat it up for a little bit, just enough so the lecithin will dissolve. Now, the next thing you're going to do on a kitchen scale is you're going to add applesauce and your gelatin. You're going to mix that together, and then you're going to let it bloom for 5 minutes. When your lecithin is dissolved into your infused oil, you can turn off the stove and let it sit. Blooming the gelatin is really important, so usually I will give it 5 minutes and sometimes even more before I start adding the corn syrup and the sugar. After I mix these together, I let it bloom again for another 5 minutes. Now I am making an acid bowl. This is going to have cream of tartar, citric acid, Kool-Aid, and any kind of flavorings that I want to use. It's cold in my house, and coconut oil does not like to spray. I do this over probably low heat, low to medium, but closer to low on my stove. I wait till the crystals and the sugar start to dissolve, and then I add my infused oil with the lecithin in it. The reason that the lecithin is so important is that it makes an emulsion. So because jello is water-based and I'm trying to put oil into it, you need something to really, the two will blend together. That's the point of the lecithin. Once the temperature reaches 200 degrees, then I will add my acid bowl. I'll stir it, and then after that, at 213 degrees, it's time to pour it off into the molds. You can use a candy thermometer, or you can use one of these like I have. I would also highly recommend using one of these stainless steel candy dispensers. This is my least favorite part of making them, is dipping them all out. This is on high speed. It takes a long time and more concentration than I truthfully have. But look, gummies.
Okay, so when I first started making my gummies, first I used Knox unflavored gelatin. Works great. So then I thought, well, let's see, the great value is a little bit less expensive. I started using that. Seems the same. So then I moved on Amazon, I got this. I feel like they may be just a little bit softer, but still perfectly good. So it's the cheapest option. If you're gonna be doing a lot, you can buy just a big bulk thing of unflavored gelatin. Does seem to work. Now, let's talk about this. If you are planning on putting your gummies in molds, these things, indispensable. If you try to pour each one out, it sucks so bad. You do need one of these if you're going to be doing, say, usually 160. It's horrible if you don't have one of these. That said, I do know that some people will just pour them in a sheet pan like this and wait them out, probably wait like 12 to 24 hours, and then they cut them so they just make squares. So you don't have to have the molds, and you don't have to have this to make gummies. They're not going to be as professional looking, but who cares really? Okay, next, the lecithin. This has been trial and error, and lecithin truthfully kind of sucks to work with. So the first thing that I used was this, and it sticks to freaking everything. It's got this weird texture that is sort of hard to deal with, but it does work. So this is the original, and this is what I used whenever I think I said I used 13 grams of it. Then I ran out. So I went and I bought this. This stuff fucking sucks. Don't buy this. This is horrible. At 13 grams, it turned my gummies black. At 10 grams, it gummed up awful. Then I found this. This was in the bulk section of a local health food store. If you look, it's super powdery, but it is sunflower lecithin. Honestly, this is my new favorite. This is second. This can seriously eat a dick. Oh yeah, hope that helps.